What would you do if your closest friends, your most trusted allies, turned out to be your killers? Rome, 44 BC. One man had risen so high, so fast, that even the greatest republic the world had ever known began to tremble. His name, Julius Caesar. This is the story of his murder. A betrayal so brutal, so legendary that it still echoes more than 2,000 years later. Julius Caesar wasn't born an emperor, because Rome wasn't an empire yet. It was a proud republic built on Senate power, laws, and fierce resistance to monarchy. But Caesar broke the mold. He was a brilliant general, a gifted speaker, an ambitious politician. After conquering Gaul and crossing the Rubicon, effectively declaring war on Rome itself, he became dictator for life. Some adored him, others feared him. The Senate, once supreme, now saw him as a threat. And among his enemies were his own allies. One of them, Marcus Junius Brutus, a man Caesar loved like a son. March 15th, 44 BC, the infamous Ides of March. Caesar enters the theater of Pompey where the Senate meets. He's surrounded by over 60 conspirators. One by one, they stab him. He fights back until he sees Brutus. And according to legend, he utters, "You too, my child, et tu, Brute." Caesar collapses, stabbed 23 times. He dies at the base of Pompey's statue. Irony, since Pompey had once been his greatest rival. Yes, historical sources suggest none of the stab wounds alone were fatal. He died from blood loss, and perhaps from the emotional shock of betrayal. But killing Caesar didn't save the Republic. It plunged Rome into chaos. Brutus and the conspirators fled or were hunted down. And not long after, Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, rose to power as Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. The lesson? Conspiracies may kill a man, but they don't always change the fate of a nation. Over 2,000 years later, we still say, beware the Ides of March. And we remember Julius Caesar, not just for how he lived, but for how he was betrayed. So ask yourself, would you trust your life to your friends in power?